You might not have seen them before, but it's Tombstone. The veteran 10th seeds are back with just as a destructive weapon as you would expect. Joined by formidable pushbots Aggrobot 2, this proves to be a very destructive heat of the 8th Wars. Hello and welcome to the 8th Wars. We have got another 6 robots fighting for the next place in the series semi-final. And it starts with 2 three-way fights with 2 robots from each fight progressing through to round 2. There's not much more I can say here before we go to our first one. From the inner machinations of my mind, Asitone. They're notoriously bad. The only luck they've ever had is qualifying for this tournament, and yes, their name is spelt wrong. From Robot Wars, Tremor. They're basically a tiny version of Shockwave from Robot Wars. Can they do as well as the real thing? From Battlebots and seeded number 10, Tombstone. After being upgraded in the 7th Wars, they were stopped in the heat final by Duck. Can they win this heat and get revenge in the semi-final? 3, 2, 1, activate. And we're off. Tremor not moving at the start, but moving now. That is a huge hit there. Wheel off of Tremor and other panel off of Asitone. Cease. Pretty quick fight there as all 2 of Asitone's panels were removed, which means that they are eliminated. Now let's meet our other 3 robots. From the inner machination of my brother's mind, Chimpanzini Bananini. Despite their stupid and quite frankly now outdated name, they managed to make it to the heat final last time. From Lego Wars, Atlas. They are known for falling apart, but they are made of Lego, which makes them hard to kill. From Robot Wars, Aggrobot 2. They're very loosely based off of an obscure series of robots from Robot Wars. Their reimagining in these tournaments has earned them great success. Can they recreate it? 3, 2, 1, activate. And we are back again. Hopefully this is a fun one. Weird little Lego pieces coming out of Aggrobot 2. That was not expected and probably not allowed, thinking back. Chimpanzini Bananini in the clutches of Atlas, who has just exploded. Chimpanzini Bananini now has a panel missing. They only have 2. Actually, all of these only have 2. Atlas is known for falling apart. This does happen. Wait, and that's the last panel. Chimpanzini Bananini is out. Cease. Bad luck for the abomination that is Chimpanzini Bananini. Aggrobot 2 and Atlas progress through to round 2. So, we have Tombstone against Atlas and Aggrobot 2 against Tremor. Now let's go to the first of those. I think it's pretty clear who the winner's going to be, but Atlas is full of surprises, you never know. 3, 2, 1, activate. Right, this should be a brilliant way for Tombstone to show how good they are. Unfortunately, that is a panel off of them. Luckily, they have 3, so they're not in too much danger. Despite being very slow, Atlas is quite good at stopping Tombstone from getting to those panels. They are under the spinner, which has slowed, but it is back up to speed. That is what's good about Tombstone. That spinner speeds up in about half a second. There's nothing you can do there. Oh, that motor that holds that weapon is not looking too secure. I think we're going to see another bad thing happen to Atlas. Tombstone spinning around, not really doing anything. That scoop is helpful, and that is Atlas in the most collapsed state we've ever seen. Tiny little bit coming off of them. That's one of their tracks that's just sort of not working. That flipper's gone, and that's one of the tracks gone. They're on one track, they can barely move. Tombstone just needs to put them out of their misery, but I don't think Atlas is even trying to stop them at this point. Weapon stopped there for a second, I wonder what that was about. Still going after them, but nothing is happening. Atlas struggling to move, moving there. Are they only going forwards? Anyway, oh, nearly off. Another attempt. And no. There we go. Cease. Who'd have thought that the most destructive robot in the field could defeat the weakest Lego robot? Now let's see which of these blue robots will be joining Tombstone in the heat final. 3, 2, 1, activate. Okay, 2 push bots, not really much of a weapon on either of them. Tremor spinning around, they are made of duck, so that does make sense. Being pushed into the corner, Aggrobot 2 being much more aggressive here, pushing Aggrobot 2 near the pit. Tremor onto Aggrobot 2, again near the pit. It is difficult for them to escape, raising their wedge so that they make sure that they don't get high centered by themselves. Oh my god, that was so close. Being pushed again. This is not Tremor's fight here. It seems like Aggrobot 2 is probably going to win. Oh, up on the wedge. Can they lift them up? Not very well. Aggrobot 2 can just consistently get under them, except for that time just then. And then they're doing a better job at repelling them here, except for that. Getting them close to the pit again and into the corner. Is this a replay? No. Into the other corner. Tremor running away. Pushing Aggrobot a little bit there. And being pushed again up on the wedge. And that is a wheel off of Tremor. This means that they are going to have a much more difficult time moving, because they can barely go straight in the first place. Now that they've lost the wheel, I don't know what they're going to do. Into the pit. Cease. Tremor just wasn't controlled enough to withstand the persistent attacks of Aggrobot 2. Once again, we have got the 2-seeded robots in the heat final. 3, 2, 1. Activate. The Pushbot versus the Big Spinner, a tale as old as time, but not a tale told by these two, with a panel and another panel off of Aggrobot 2, 2 panels off of Tombstone. Both are only on one left. One of those panels off of Aggrobot 2 wasn't actually supposed to come off, but there's still one left, but that one is on the side, pushed against the side wall. Can they defend themselves against Tombstone's massive spinner? It looks like they can. Very close there. Nearly in the pit, but they... Oh, no. Cease. Now, as Aggrobot 2's last panel was removed before they pushed Tombstone into the pit, they are the ones that are eliminated. Tombstone goes through to the semi-final. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, despite all its flaws, because it might be a while until the next episode of the 8th Wars. Goodbye.